Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation with me. Thank you. Your coach, Michelle. Happy Motivational Monday. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. My day has been wonderful. I had a follow-up visit with my doctor today. I think I told you all week before last, I had to get an EEG done and 2 other tests. And so I'm so excited about getting the news that everything came out great. And these things pertain to what may be causing my seizures. And because I don't have any damage to my brain, it's not that. So that's always a good thing. However, I did find out that sometimes the front left lobe of my brain tends to be a little more active than the right side, and they don't sync up. Sometimes when they don't sync up, that can cause a seizure, as well as stress, low blood sugar, a lot of other things. So, but overall, I am excited about my follow-up visit, and everything is just, it's coming along great. So I'm excited about that. Now let's jump into today's topic, because I don't have much daylight left, because I had something to do prior to doing this video, but we're going to jump right on in. And I'm going to be talking about how to stop procrastination. And I'm going to be sharing some Stoic philosophies with you. So have you ever found yourself procrastinating on something important only to regret it later? We all have. Let's just keep it real. Have you ever wondered why, despite your best intentions, you keep putting things off? Yeah. Well, we've all been there, saying we will do it later, only to feel the weight of regret for not having done it. So today we're going to look at 7 steps that we can all take to stop procrastination now. Number 1, awareness. And as always, everything will be in the description box. So it was once said, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. You must acknowledge your procrastination patterns. Be aware of what you're spending your mental energy and what you're spending your mental energy on, and redirect it to what truly matters. So in essence, a lot of times we're spending our mental energy on things that are not really relevant. I mean, let me say this. It's not that they're not relevant. They're just not relevant in that moment. So if you're spending your mental energy on cleaning out your inbox, that's all fine and good. But if you have something else that you need to be doing that's more pressing, because you have a deadline that's due by close of business, going through your inbox can wait, unless you're looking for something that pertains to whatever that project is that's due by close of business. That's where you have to redirect your mental energy, okay? And like I said, we all have done it. I know I have, I know you have. So I can keep it real. I don't have to lie about that. There are many times I know I need to be doing something, and I say, okay, well, I'm just gonna look at 2 videos and I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go on TikTok and get caught up, and I'll go do it, and then time gets away from me, and I run out of time to do the thing that I really needed to be doing, okay? So just, be aware of that. Number 2 is, I'm sorry, I didn't finish the first point. And so you must recognize those moments when procrastination suddenly creeps in, because a lot of times it will. It might disguise itself as a quick social media check. Come on now, we all have done it. Or a never-ending scroll through your inbox. Did I not just say that? You must be aware of these habits and stop doing them before you get started. So I know that when I'm done with this video, I need to get it uploaded. So instead of going to get on social media or to check my email, I'm going to focus on uploading this video. And while it's uploading, I'm going to transcribe my notes so that I can copy and paste it into the description box. Once I get that done, then I can focus on the other things that I may want to do. Number 2, acceptance. Have you ever felt that tug of war between what you can control and what is beyond your grasp? Again, I think we all have. So acceptance is a game changer. It's not waving a white flag of surrender. It's unlocking the door to empowerment. It's about looking at life and saying, okay, I see you, and I'm ready for whatever you bring my way. When I tell you that I have had to do that quite a bit over this last year, please believe me. Because again, finding out that I was having seizures, it was one of those things that just kind of knocked the wind out of me, because I never in a million years expected that. And so then I came to after I went through these various stages of not wanting to accept it. I was angry. I was mad. God, now we had a come to Jesus talk, okay? But then I had to accept the fact that, okay, this is what it is for this time, for this season in my life, because I'm only claiming this for a season, okay? But then I realized that, you know what? I have to accept that this is where my life is at the moment, and say, okay, I'm ready for whatever you have to bring my way. I know that God does not allow things to just happen for no reason. Everything good, bad, or indifferent that happens to us happens for a reason, okay? So it's not about liking every situation, but acknowledging that resistance doesn't get us very far, and it doesn't. I can stay in denial. I can lie to myself and say this isn't an issue. Well, it's not an issue per se, because it's not like I have seizures every single day. That is not true. I may have out of the year, probably about 4, maybe 5. But you figure 365 days and you only have 5, honey, you're doing good. And so what was I saying? Oh, it's to acknowledge that if I sit and I choose not to acknowledge it, it's not going to take it away. It's still going to be what it's going to be. So this is why we must accept the unchangeable. And for right now, this is the unchangeable for me. So whatever that unchangeable is for you, you've got to accept it, wave the white flag and say, okay, I'm ready. Bring it on. Because God and I, we're going to deal with this together. I'm not in this by myself. Number 3, mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present, fully engaged in the here and now. Think of it as a mental reset button, more like a personal reset button for your mind to get things back in alignment. This allows you to pay attention to the small details. Think of the reset button. You know how sometimes your phone wants to act a fool and you hold that on button. If you hold it long enough, it'll power your phone all the way down. And then you tap the same button and it brings it back up and it's working just fine. Well, your mind is like that. Every now and then it needs a personal reset. I know I certainly do. With the number of things that I have to deal with throughout the course of the day, I need a personal reset every single day. I'm not saying you do, but we do need a personal reset. Number 4, goal clarity. Seneca once said, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. So if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Goals are like your destination, your port, and clarity is your compass. So how do you get clear on your goals? Your goals need to be as clear as going somewhere you've been a million times. Break them down into bite-sized pieces, meaning realistic, achievable, and specific. So here's your homework. I want you, hopefully today, but if not today, maybe once every day if you can, but at some point in time, I want you to spend 15 minutes getting clear on just one goal that you have. We all have many goals, but I want you to pick just one, and I want you to get clear on just that one. I want you to write it down, and then I want you to visualize it. I want you to be able to taste it. I need you to feel it. Make that goal your morning coffee, which is essential and something that you look forward to every day. Now, I don't drink coffee, so for me, that would be my morning cup of tea, okay? That's how I want you to think of that goal, just that one. That's all I'm asking you to focus on. Think of it the way you do your morning coffee. It's something that you look forward to every morning that you wake up. You can smell it. You can taste it. I want you to think of your goal the exact same way. And remember, clear goals give you direction. You cannot achieve any goal if you don't have clarity. And I always like to use the goal of weight loss. If you don't have a clear plan for losing the weight, how are you going to get there? You're just going to keep telling yourself, yeah, I want to lose weight. Okay, that's great. How are you going to do it? What is your plan? Are you going to start going to the gym? Okay, that's great. If you are, how many days a week are you going to go? Excuse me. Your eating. How are you going to change your eating? What are you going to start eating more of, less of? If you have a cheat day, what day is that going to be? You've got to write all of that stuff down. And your goals have to be smart goals so that you can achieve them. Because the problem is, for many of us, our goals are way up here. And that is well above us being able to achieve them. So break them down in bite-sized pieces and you're more likely to achieve them. Number 5, discipline. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's the sail that propels your ship through the stormy seas of distractions and procrastination. So think of it as the North Star, pointing you in the direction of your dreams. Discipline is your secret weapon. It's getting up early when your bed is begging you to stay a little longer. Honey, let me tell you. Can I just tell you that's me? Most days of the week, my bed is saying, Cheryl, where you going? Come on, stay a little longer. Hit that snooze one more time. Now, mind you, I've already hit it 2 or 3 times, but it's saying, hit that snooze one more time. You can lay down for another 10 minutes, another 15, another 20, another 30. Okay, you got a whole nother hour. And I'm telling you, I don't know about you all, but my bed and my pillows speak to me that way, okay? And sometimes I do give in what I know I shouldn't, but discipline says I'm going to get up and get moving even when I don't want to. So I need you to think about that. Or going to the gym even when you don't feel like it. Now, Lord knows, I can tell you that I did not make it to the gym today, and that was because I had my doctor's appointment, so there was no way in the world I was going to be able to do both of those. And so it is what it is, but I will make it up, and I'm going to go tomorrow, even though tomorrow's not my typical gym day. I do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Well, I'm going to do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday this week. So sometimes you have to switch it up. And you would what did I say? Going to the gym when you don't feel like it, and you would rather stay in and watch a Netflix movie because it's calling your name, or resisting the temptation to get caught up on social media when you know you have a deadline that's due. Discipline is always saying no. Listen, discipline is always saying no to what feels good in the moment, and yes to what matters in the long run. Can I say that one more time? Discipline is always saying no to what feels good in the moment, and yes to what matters in the long run. And I'm gonna let you all think about that, because there are many times that we all have some things that feel good in the moment, and so we say yes to them, not thinking that in the long run it may not necessarily work out for us. Number 6, positive visualization. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about creating a mental blueprint for success. There is a saying that goes, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. To do this, you must close your eyes and think about a goal that you have. Now, instead of focusing on the challenges, this is where positive visualization comes in, and we see ourselves accomplishing that goal or goals and reaping the rewards. See, I don't know about you all. People say I'm an overthinker, and that's fine. They can say what they want. But I'm one of these people, when I make up my mind that I'm going to do something, I plan it out. That's probably why the left side of my brain is probably a little more overactive than it should be sometimes, because I like to plan it out. I'm a visual person. If you say to me, oh, Michelle, this room would be perfect because we can put this over here and that over there. Don't you see it? My sister, she does that because she's an event planner. And I go, no, all I see is an empty room. Well, my visualization doesn't work quite that way, but when I have a goal in mind, oh honey, you best believe I am visualizing everything. I am putting pen to paper. This is why I keep journals, and I'm always writing stuff down, because I like to visualize what it is that I'm going to do. It's just like my weight loss journey. I told you all about that. I've visualized me getting to the weight that I want to get back to prior to the holiday season. And so I've mapped it out. I know what my gym workouts are going to be because I write them up in advance. I know what my meals for the most part are going to be every day of the week because I plan those out. And so all I'm saying is you've got to mentally visualize yourself accomplishing that goal and reaping the rewards. Because if you can't do that, then I promise you, you will not be able to achieve whatever it is that you set for yourself. Number 7, last but not least, reflect and learn. This is a deliberate pause to unpack the lessons hidden in our experiences. It's the compass that guides us forward by helping us understand where we've been. As the saying goes, hindsight is 20/20. That's something I haven't heard in a long time, but we all have heard that before. Remember, we are learning from our past when we revisit it. This is not a time to dwell in it. This is where we extract wisdom from everything we went through. Seneca once said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Oh my goodness, y'all, that's powerful. That is powerful. And I'm finishing up just as I'm starting to really lose my daylight. I don't even know if my inside light, but that may help a little bit. So in other words, whatever you've gone through, you should be able to sit back and think of the takeaways, the things that you learned from whatever it is that you went through, big, small, or in between, doesn't really matter, and allow it to help you make you a better person where you are now. Not even so much, well, I like to look to the future, but not even so much of, what did I say? Because he said true happiness is enjoying the present without anxious dependence upon the future. So I'm not saying that you have to just anxiously depend upon the future, but it is good to look to the future now. You have to do that because you cannot have goals if you're not looking ahead. But I digress. Getting back to the whole learning from whatever you've gone through, it is so important that you learn from what you've gone through. As I've said before, nothing ever just happens. Everything that we go through, God has allowed it. God has ordained it. He knew it was coming and he allowed it to happen because he needed you to go through that thing in order to make you the person that you are today. He needed you to go through that thing so that you could get to where you needed to be, because a lot of times we want to hold on to people, places, and things, and God is saying, look, I've got something better for you, but until you let that go, I can't give you this. You remember the thing that I showed you all before when I said this is you holding on to whatever that thing is that you're afraid to let go of. And God is saying, I have something to give you, but I can't give it to you because your hands are tied. But when you allow that thing to go and you set it free, your hands are now open to receive that which God has for you. So too many of us, we don't sit back and learn from the lessons that we've learned going through our journey. I know I have, and hopefully you have as well, because that also means that you won't repeat those things again because you've learned your lesson. So here's your takeaway. As you embark on this journey to overcome procrastination, remember the Stoic secrets that I shared with you today to stop procrastination now and embrace a life of purpose and productivity. I wish you all nothing but a life full of purpose and productivity, but the only way to do that is if you stop procrastinating. And when I say stop procrastinating, I say now, and I get it, it's a process. I do. I get it 110%. It is a process, no doubt. But I want you starting today to put these steps into practice so that you can stop procrastinating. Because right now, someone under the sound of my voice, there's something that you need to do or that you should have done, and you keep procrastinating. And you're not even going to do it today because you've already decided that you're going to procrastinate. And you told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow's going to come and you're still not going to do it because you haven't done it a week or two or even month or even last year. So stop procrastinating and just get it done. And here's the other thing I'm gonna let you be. If you get that thing done, guess what? It's done and over with. It is done and over with. You don't have to think about it anymore. So why keep putting it off? Get it done and move on with something else or nothing else. It's up to you. Having said that, you guys, I want to say thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of time to speak life into you. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back, because y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Now, go out there, you guys. No matter what you do or where you go, be safe, be careful, and stay warm, because it is cold right now. Well, right now it's 37 degrees. I think it got up to 45, 46, and the sun was out, so it felt pretty decent. But right now it's 37 degrees. So I want you to go out there, stay warm, be careful, and be safe. I love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill, you know the spiel. There is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can do about it, because that will never change. My love for you is so strong. It is so strong, you guys. If you only knew how much I love you all, and I want you to prosper. I want to keep encouraging you to go after your dreams. Stop procrastinating and get that thing done. Love you all. We'll talk again on Wednesday.